welcome to the Pemberton Speedway. I am stoked to be here. Today we are here because tomorrow I'm going to be racing in the Squamish Brekendale Rallycross Club's third event of the 2024 season. I'm super stoked to get out there and lay down some lap times in this thing. Anybody who's ever raced before knows that rallying does not start at the start line. Rallying begins far beforehand with prep. So before we get into everything that's about to go down here tomorrow, let's take a look at everything that it took to get to this point in the first place. All right, new whip day. All right, step one, get yourself a car that you are willing to toss around. I picked up this BMW from somebody who knew how to drift. And so as a part of the deal, I asked him if he could take me drifting, and he did. So I had never been in a drift car before up until this point, and this was so much fun, and it was unbelievably visceral. I absolutely loved it, and it made me realize that I'd be really stoked to learn how to drift as well. So at this point, I am just really juiced to get out there and use the car I just bought. So with virtually zero prep, I just drove the car up to the rally that I had signed up for on the street tires that I bought it on and took it racing, and I did terrible. I was dead last by like 19 seconds. So the cool thing about everyone who comes out to rally is everyone is so nice, so helpful, and they love just giving you tips. Everyone's very much of a team and a community. So everyone pointed out very quickly that if I got myself a set of aggressive winter tires, I could definitely find a lot more grip and shave a bunch of time off my lap times. So for the second race of the season, I did exactly that. I went and got myself some aggressive winters and cut so much time down, and I managed to get up to 16th, but as you can see, my interior was perished, my seats were broken, and I wanted to race more. So I went out and got myself a set of Recaros. Well, after finding these seats for a smoking deal, I had actually already signed myself up for drift school, and I didn't have a lot of time till that went down, so I ended up fabricating myself my own seat mounts into the Beamer. And then with the one seat in my Beamer, my passenger chair that was not totally dead, I ended up taking it and replicating the cockpit of my BMW onto a little sim rig that I'd built up. So drift school is put on by the British Columbia Drift Association. Check them out if you're into drifting here in BC, they're rad. And it starts out with you just doing donuts around a pylon to start, then they start trying to set you up doing figure eights. It was a lot of fun. I got to learn a lot about throttle control, how to keep the car sideways, adding angle, and finding grip. Then they set up a quick little course where first you'd start out by sending a right drift and then try and linking into a left drift. But every time I lifted to transition, my LSD would unlock and I would just end up with major one wheel squeal and push and massive understeer. So not great. So I did buy a diff and I probably will weld it. Stay tuned. And so then in hopes of making sure the Beamer's ready for anything, tossed a strut tower brace on to prevent those from mushrooming, as well as installed this Tuner Motorsports skid plate to the underside, just so when we're taking a whole ton of rocks out there at the rally, we make sure we don't do any damage to the engine or the radiator. So in post-Recaro install and attempt to refresh the interior, I slapped the door card back in. The door card is missing its handle, so there's only one answer: race pull. If you're not gonna be first, you might as well look cool. So did a quick little job here getting this color all back to red. The factory color of this car is Hell Raw Red. And couldn't help it but to just get in there and turn those side skirts nice flat black since we were there. Might as well get her all done while we're in the body shop vibe. And the headlights that I got the car with are in terrible shape. So I used a 3M reconditioning kit I got off Amazon and they turned out incredible. I was really impressed. So then we started reassembling the front end of the E36. I love how the front end of E36s look, iconic front. And I'm stoked mine's looking a lot better. Obviously, need to get that trim black, maybe add a badge, but whatever for now. But the car is ready to rally and I am stoked. In the morning of the rally, first thing that's going to happen is your car is going to go through safety inspection and pass tech, and then we're all going to take a track walk. After track walk, you're either racing or you're marshalling.
Hey, got two on the backside here.
So all-wheel drive is basically the Subaru category, but it's super cool to watch these guys race and just how much they can possibly send it around this dirt. It's really cool to see. And so it's go time for us, and that is my friends Cam and Nicole who are racing in the Audi. And people are allowed to ride along with you. This is my other friend Cam who's rolling with me right now.
That was fast. That was fast. That's what's up, dude.
So half the reason I like to record onboard footage is because it makes it so much easier to go back after the races and examine what you're doing in the car while it was going on and figure out what you're doing right and wrong. And so despite not being great at this still, I can see through the footage though that I am getting better, and that is super cool. And I'm really stoked on that. So this was definitely the sketchiest and closest call of the rally. You can see here that I lose it a little bit and I get out of the grip patch and I immediately start reverse entry drifting up the bank and in towards the wall, and we almost lost it.
Let's go!
So looking back, I honestly think it was playing the simulator that helped me save it from banging into the wall there. Whenever I play the sim, if I ever lose control, I don't just give up and say whatever, it's a sim. I always try and work it out. And that was a perfect example. I was just busy working the throttle, trying to find grip, managed to save it. And a rare external view of me whipping the sled, trying to get into the stop box as fast as I can, and just barely missing that 5-second penalty right at its finish. And then it's podium time. Congrats to all the winners. All right, so we came, we saw, we rallied. It was absolutely sick. So much fun driving these events. I did pretty good. First heat there in the morning, I placed 11th out of 21. And then the second heat, I think I did 17th or 18th out of 21 people, Then my audio gave out, but what I was saying there was I managed to place 16th overall, which I was really stoked on. And pro tip, if you ever go rallying, try and wash your car as soon as possible. That rally clay never comes off once it bakes. Anyways, take it easy. See you next time.